Came from a very prominent Anglo-Irish family. And the Anglo-Irish, they're very elite. They were of the pinnacle. And the first time she ever traveled second class on a boat, having read an article by George Townsend, which was reviewed in the local Belfast newspaper about the unity of religion. And she moved from the south, where everything was lyrical and poetry and poetic and beautiful, to the north, which was gritty, divided and horrible. And she was very sensitive to the disunity of religion, and she got excited by this article. And the first time she traveled second class on the boat to attend her great aunt's 80th birthday party, who should she meet but one of the only Baha'i pioneer in Belfast, share a cabin with, was Ursula Newman. And she was looking for a mother's help, and Ursula Newman came and was their mother's help in my house when I was a little 2-year-old baby. And through that, she got to know Adib Tarzadi and George Townsend, and they all came up to the house, and she had long conversations, and her soul was fascinated, but her culture was a very powerful influence which would not let her participate in a sort of peculiar marginal religion. However, she was a very pure soul. So one day she decided, I must make a decision about this. So she went to the local church, and she knew that Baha'is were saying that Bahá'u'lláh was the return of Christ. So she knelt at the altar of the local church, and she asked Christ the question. Her prayer was to Christ, and she said, is Baha'u'lláh your return? And when she asked that question, she felt herself lifted off the ground. And she was so disconcerted by this feeling of being lifted off the ground, she stopped asking the question, and she went back to the ground. This is her description. What was going on physically, I've got no idea. And then that reminded her that she wanted an answer. So she asked the question again. And again, she was lifted off the ground. And when she returned to the ground, metaphorically or actually, she was transformed from a completely and totally committed Christian to a completely and totally committed Baha'i. Now, how unusual is that? And all her energies, which she used to put into the Church of Ireland and everything like that, she put into developing the Baha'i faith, and became a glorious a cast of wonderful human beings who championed the faith in Ireland, and in Northern Ireland in particular. Elizabeth Greaves, who is a mystic healer, and MacDonald, who became, had an amazing life. Ian MacDonald's father, absolutely extraordinary life of service to the Baha'i faith. She was one of those. And, much later on, I became a Baha'i, but it took me much longer than my mother. God bless her. Anyway, but my heart celebrates her beauty and her joy and her wonderfulness and everything about her. That's how she became a Baha'i.